And why do I have example number 6? I thought that was example number 3. Let me double check if my pages are right. Okay, I got page 22, 23, and then 24. Okay, so it's not supposed to be example 6. It's supposed to be example, let's fix that. Example 4. That means this is example 5. That means it's example 6. Okay, there you go. All right, I'm on the right page. I just want to make sure my numbering system was not really working. Okay. Okay, so now that you have done all the graphing by transformations, we are going to do example number 4. Here we go. Okay. Example 4. If, you know what, let me just zoom in really quickly. Focus. Here you go. If 2.5 is a point on the graph of y equals f of x, that means any function at all. It doesn't have to be square root. It doesn't have to be x squared. It doesn't have to be x to the third. Any function I want to pick. Okay. Part A. Find the point that must be on the graph of y equals f of negative x. So this entire example is just really teaching you whether, or just trying to find, do you understand the notations, right? So this is the parent function, whatever the parent function is, whatever f of x is. So what is the new point if this is the transformation that we are doing? So look at this transformation. Y equals f of negative x. If I said state the transformation, y equals f of negative x is a reflection about what? I'm gonna see if you remember. So y equals f of negative x is a reflection about the, I hope you said y-axis. Okay? Is the reflection about the y-axis. So what am I to do? Well, let's plot the point. Here we go. Let's plot it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We don't know what this function is. We just know that 2, 5 is on it. Okay. And I want to reflect it over the y-axis. Well, all I have to do now is just really fold it, right? Fold this y line. If I were to fold it, let me just get a different color marker. If I fold it, then my reflection point is simply to be over here. See that right there? So, here we go, my answer. This is a reflection about the y-axis. I'm really not asking you to state the transformation. I'm asking find the point. So my point is -2, 5. And because it's a point, I need parentheses, and I need to box that up. So the change, okay, of a reflection over the y-axis, the input values will be affected. Okay. All right, let's do the B. Find the point that must be on the graph of y equals 3 times f of x. Okay. So what is the transformation when we have 3 times f of x? Okay. Remember, f of x is the same as y, so this is 3 times y. That means the y value of all the y values are getting 3 times as large. So the transformation y equals 3 f of x is a vertical stretch factor of 3. Okay? Not just me stating the transformation for you. So what do I do? I already have my dot in pencil plotted, right? The same point, because we're still under the same example. 2, 5. Well, if I am going to take this function, whatever f of x is, I'm going to vertically stretching it. Now my new point, which I'm going to write in red, it's going to be +2, because vertically x won't change. And then 3 times 5 is going to be 15. So my new point is now 2, 15. Okay? Vertical means the y will change. Stretch means I'm going to multiply by 3. And that's going to happen. Okay. All right. So what I wish for you to do right now is hit pause again and try to do this check for understanding on your own. So right now, this is your second set of check for understanding. Okay? On your own. And if you are truly struggling with the check for understanding problems, you need to come and see me, because that means you need extra help. Okay? And again, please hit pause. I'm going to check your answers when I'm stamping it, so just do it right now before you forget. Okay, so now that you have completed the check for understanding in example 4 or example 5, which was formerly known as example 7. Suppose that x-intercepts of the graph y equals f of x are -6 and 2. So keep in mind, I don't know what f of x is. It can be any parent function that it wants to be. And all I know right now, they have two x-intercepts, -6 and 2. So what am I to do? Let's plot those out, right? Doesn't matter what y is. All I know is x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My first x-intercept. Second intercept is 1, 2. We got 2 of those. Okay, it said so. X-intercepts are -6 and 2. I got 2 dots. Part A. What are the x-intercepts of the graph of y equals f, which is my original function, of x plus 3? So what is that transformation? What is that even doing, right? State the transformation. So y equals f of x plus 3. It's what? What is that doing? Is it stretching? Is it compressing? Is it left? Is it right? Is it up and down? I hope you said it is a left by 3 units. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to x-intercepts. I'm going to move it to the left by 3. So what I do have is pretty much, okay, the y values don't change. So let's look at this really quick. This is a formula. Okay. All you do is you take your x and you subtract 3. The y value will stay as y value. So x used to be at -6. -6 minus 3 is now, I'm going to write it in red, -9. X used to be at 2. 2 minus 3 is -1. Okay. And I meant y was 0. Sorry. The x-intercept y is 0, so that's my first point. Another one is -1, comma 0. So these are my two x-intercept locations. Okay. X-intercept meaning y is 0. Or you can even write x equals -9 and x equals -1, and I will be just as happy. Okay, similarly, we are going to do this. What are the x-intercepts now if we are doing this transformation? So y equals f of x minus 2. Okay, so go ahead and state the transformation. Y equals f of x minus 2 is what? Go ahead and state it out for me. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. Okay, hopefully you wrote is moving to the right by 2 units. Okay. And I'm really not, that's not my final answer. That is just me trying to help you out by writing or spelling that out for us. Okay. So if I'm moving to the right, let's figure out a formula. If I'm taking this and I'm moving to the right, what's going to change? The x or the y? The x, right? So I'm going to take all my x's and I'm going to add 2. And again, the y value doesn't move. It just stay the same. So I'm going to take this, -6, add 2. That's going to be -4. So my new x-intercepts are -4. Okay. The second x-intercept is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So these are my two x-intercepts. Or you can write -4, comma 0 and 4, comma 0 because y for x-intercepts will always be 0. Okay. So you pick one, however, whatever method you want to write your answer. Okay, moving on to example C. And again, if I'm going too fast, you would definitely need to hit pause. Okay, and so you can finish writing. What are the x-intercept now if I am doing y equals 3 times x? Okay, remember we've seen this before. Y equals 3 times f of x, I meant, is this transformation. Okay, let's spell it out anyway. So it stays in your head. Y equal 3 times f of x is a vertical stretch factor of 3. Okay. Formula, if it's a vertical stretch, x is not going to change. Okay, all I'm doing is I'm taking y and multiplying it 3 times. Well, at x-intercept locations, y is 0. Okay, so 3 times 0, it's really itself. So am I going to change anything with my x-intercepts? No, because the x is not changing. Look at my formula. X is still x. So my two x-intercepts are still at -6 and +2. Okay. So that didn't change. The vertical stretch, okay, did not change my x-intercept. Last piece. What are the x-intercepts now if we have a y equals f of a -2x? Okay. There are two transformations here. The first one, y equals f of a -x. Okay, we saw this earlier, and let's move it really quickly. This is a reflection about the y-axis. So, reflection about y-axis. Okay. Then we have a 2. So, y equals f of 2x. Okay, and then we're going to put them together. 2 inside is a horizontal compression factor of 1/2. Okay. So if I were to write a formula, okay, a formula says a reflection about the y-axis, meaning that I'm going to, according to this piece, right? Remember, reflection about the y-axis, meaning the x is going to change. So I'm going to take my x and multiply by negative. Okay? And then I have a horizontal compression factor of 1/2. So I'm going to multiply the x by negative, and I'm also going to multiply the half to the x as well. So my formula, when I put the two pieces together, I'm really going to take all my x values and multiply by -1/2. Because these are both horizontal, this is not going to change. Okay, so let's write my answer. X-intercept used to be at -6. -6 times a -1/2, I'm going to have a positive x-intercept at 3 for the first one. So the -6 is now a +3. Then I'm going to take a 2 and multiply by -1. Well, 2 multiplied by -1 is now going to give me a -1. So I have two new x-intercept locations, okay, after these two transformations are done. So keep in mind that when you have the horizontal change, you need to think about its opposite. You need to take its reciprocal, then that will become the factor. Let me move again, because my lights are off in my room, because I'm just really sitting here and talking to myself. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come on, lights. Sorry, it's still not coming. I'm going to jump up and down real quick. Woo! Oh my gosh, my lights are really not coming on. Hold on. Alright, my lights are not coming on. That's okay. It looks good still on the screen. So I